So what about using a cold plunge as a sleep aid? Where a couple of months ago, I did a series on using a sauna as a sleep aid, where every night when you're going to sleep at your typical time, your internal body temperature actually starts dropping and it gets to about the lowest it is within a 24-hour period at that point. And using a sauna can actually help aid that. So after you hop out the sauna and completely cool off, your internal body temperature is actually going to be lower than it was when you initially went in. And I found it worked great for me. I'm a very hot sleeper anyway. I'm always trying to be as cool as possible when I'm going to sleep. So it really worked wonderful for that. So then it got me wondering, what about a cold plunge? Now, with the same logic as the sauna, you would think hopping out the cold plunge after getting very cold, right? Your body got to counteract that cold and kind of warm you up. So once you're fully back to baseline, it should actually keep you warmer than you were, before going in initially, which I kind of found that to be the case. So one night in particular, I was sure to go buy 80 pounds of ice, get that fucker as cold as possible, right? So it really was kind of like the same level of cold you would get with like a real spa level cold plunge. Hopped into bed, was really cold, comfortable. I covered myself up with all these blankets, eventually fell asleep, and I'll get to the other bad thing about it here in a second. But then I woke up in the middle of the night, fucking hot and uncomfortable. I had to chuck all that shit off. But the main problem with cold plunging before bed, I found, is, like I said in the other video, cold plunging kind of gives you like a mental boost, right? Is it kind of wakes me up too much. Then I'm in bed and now I'm just kind of like wide awake and cold, right? So actually what I found worked the best is sauna before going to bed. And what I used to say is hop out the sauna. It would take me like an hour or two to kind of fully cool off, but before I wanted to go to sleep. But what I found works great now, if you can do this, is you sauna right before bed, and then instead of having to give yourself an hour or two before going to sleep, then you just hop in the cold plunge, stay in long enough just to really speed up that cool down process, right? So you're not so hot and sweaty anymore. And that combination is amazing. So that's been my favorite way to fall asleep when I have the time set aside. I'm definitely doing that. So cool combination. If you have access to those things, definitely give it a try. And before anybody out there, if you guys didn't see my other posts on the saunas, is you can actually buy saunas for pretty cheap. They have portable kind you can just plug into the wall right now, hop inside there, folds up and breaks down small so it doesn't take up a lot of space. So not too big of an investment, so saunas can really work well and they're cheap now. And yeah, that's it.